Hi there, this is Melissa Ann Dillon with Mad About Time, and today I wanted to talk about time wasters. Are you wasting your time? That is a huge question that will paralyze us because we are fearful of wasting time. And it'll prevent us from either making bold moves that are creative and exactly what our projects needed or what our life needed for a deeper sense of purpose and joy. And it may even stop us completely in our tracks so that we don't progress at all. And as parents, we want to be the best version of ourselves. And that's why I'm doing this show is to support you in that journey of being a great role model for your children, being the best version of you. And part of that, especially if you're an ambitious parent, ambitious parents are who I'm thinking of here, and you want to accomplish great things, but you find yourself stuck because you are afraid that you might waste time if you go down the wrong path. There are so many people who are very successful who get out and break things, like Mark Zuckerberg or like Steve Jobs. I don't remember who said that, get out, break things when they launched. But I mean, there are some really talented, intelligent people out there that are encouraging us who have left clues to their success. And one of them is attributed to their willingness to be brave and bold and make decisions and not be afraid of time wasters. You can have a deeper sense of security in knowing that nothing is time wasted. I have made a lot of decisions in my life, some that I would in the moment feel like, gosh, why did I do that? I just wasted a year of my life. Can you think of something like that? Can you relate to me in what I'm saying? What about this last year in 2019 or any year that you're listening to this? How are you feeling about this past year? Go back and listen to episode number 2. I believe that was the episode where I talked about, don't be afraid. Actually, it was our debut episode number 1, where I talked about not beating yourself up and about what you did or didn't accomplish in 2019, because no matter what, every moment passes, and it's going to pass, despite what we would love and prefer. We would love to have more time or prefer that time slowed down, but that's just not the reality. So as long as you keep moving forward and you operate from a place of love and intention, and you operate from a place of being unafraid of time passing, be unafraid of time wasted, and just be you, do you. You will unveil a plethora of opportunities for you and your family, and your kids are watching you. So I encourage you to be you and take a step forward. No matter what, there is no time wasted. This episode is spawned. Could I use that word? Sure. So this episode is spawned from a comment that I made in the prior episode where I had mentioned time being wasted, and I asked for forgiveness in that moment when I said that, because I don't believe time is ever wasted. There's always a learning opportunity, and if you make a mistake, that's okay. Now you just know one more way that you don't make a light bulb. Thomas Edison said that. You may be familiar that he made so many mistakes before the light bulb was officially invented, and he was thankful for them, that he discovered 10,000 ways to how not to make a light bulb. So anytime you feel that you are going the wrong way or stepping out of your comfort zone and you're afraid of time wasted or failing, embrace that failure. Embrace all of it, because you could take that experience and apply it to something else. You could take that experience and be that much closer to a breakthrough, and your kids are watching. That's the coolest thing, is your kids are watching, and because they're watching you and watching everything that you do, they watch what you do more than what you say. If you are unafraid to take a step forward, imagine the change that they can make in the world, the positive moves that they can make in their own life that are more natural for them because they saw their parents do it. And you are their greatest role model. There is no one that can take that away from you. Nobody can take that away from you. So know that none of your time is wasted. One thing I can say, though, is that if you are not you, your authentic self, and you do not enjoy every moment of your life, that is when time starts to feel like it's slipping right through your fingers. And that is what people on their deathbed say that they regret most, is not being their authentic self, or not spending that quality time with friends that they should have, not spending that quality time with their kids that they should have. That's your only requirement, to live a happy and joyful life and to be able to get to the end of it saying, I did me, I was me, and I loved, and I spent time with the people that I love, and I was available, and I was present, and I was there. As long as you are fully immersed in what you're doing in the present moment and enjoying it, that is definitely not time wasted. Leave a moment of silence there for you to take that in. Live a life of joy and love and operate from that, and everything else will fall into place. There is no material thing, no objective or goal that is going to make you happier. You have to be happy in the now and content with the now. And the next move that you make, as long as it's operating from love and intention and contentment, that very next step is a step in the right direction. And it's all a journey, a fun one at that. And it takes practice to live a life of joy and no regrets. It takes a life of practice, constantly reminding ourselves, because it is not natural for us, definitely not in this generation, to be content with gratitude and content with the present, or content with where our life stands right now. And we're conditioned, in this generation. And when I say in this generation, I mean everyone living right now. We struggle because we're told to be perfect and told not to make mistakes and scolded when we do. But mistakes are amazing. I've always been a defiant kid who was pushing the limits, touching the things that people told me not to touch. And I am so glad, because it has inspired me to instill that in my son too, not to be afraid to be him. And as long as you don't live within the status quo, unless the status quo is happy for you, if you're happy and content and find a sense of peace and joy in that, then I am so happy for you. But know that a life of happiness comes from being unafraid to break things, being unafraid to be your authentic self, and being absolutely unafraid to love. As long as you do that, you are never wasting time. Please let me know if this is helpful for you and if this has spoken to you today, because I really hope my only goal with this show is to inspire you to look at time differently. If this is helpful for you, please subscribe. I'm always putting episodes out there for you to support you on your journey to be an ambitious parent while putting your children and your significant loved ones first, and also putting yourself and your self-love first before everything else. And please be sure to review us too, so that other parents just like you can find us. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoy today. I'll see you next time.